All right, so the first method that I saw was pretty simple, and it involves a kitchen tool. That is a peeler. This is an old one. You can see probably that it's pretty crappy. Now, Mrs. Ray's World said, if you're gonna use our vegetable peeler, you better buy me a new one, because I don't want that back in the house. So I went on Amazon and I bought her a new one. All right, that sucks. Just right off the bat. I'm not gonna fiddle fart around with that anymore. Okay, the second method that I want to try involves a little bit of lumber and a box knife. I also need a rod, a metal rod of some sort. I wonder, ooh, right there. Oh, come on. It's like it was made for it. That's okay, we can make that just a tiny bit bigger. Awesome, and I actually have 2 of those. We might need to use 2 of them, and you'll see why. So the first thing I want to do is kind of lay this out. So what we're going to do is basically bring this together like this. There's going to be some holes drilled, and this rod is going to go through like that to support the box knife. But that's going to allow it to pivot. Let me think for a minute. If that's going to allow it to pivot like that, we need something to stop it from pivoting. So what we can do is get another piece of scrap, and we can basically, can we? Maybe we can, let's figure out a way, ooh, let's pull this back. That's better. Okay, let's start putting this together. That ought to hold. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to mark where that blade's gonna be and where the center of those holes need to be. Yeah, we're gonna pull it this way, so our knife's gonna be this way. So I think what we wanna do we got a little mini dovetail saw here. What we're gonna do is try to very carefully go straight down that line. Okay, so this is me starting over because I'm finding that it's extremely difficult to be using this 1x. So I'm going to use this 1x1/2, this 1/2 inch, rather than this inch. So I'm going to switch out and go to this, and I'm going to use the one that's a little longer because it's going to give me more. I really want to do something across the front that I can easily move in and out or pull it in and out. I'll have to think about that. But let's get this basic piece together, and then we'll go from there. Let's drill some new holes. Okay, so what I have done is I have made a box with pocket screws, and I have screwed that to a larger board just to give me something to work with and something that we can hold in the clamp later. Now, pocket screws, it's overkill, Ray. You're darn right it is. But you know what? I got tired of fiddle farting around with those other little screws. Okay, I found a nice wide piece of oak, and that's going to work great because it's strong. So let's work out where we're drilling. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, I've got a wire that's 8.2 millimeters. So let's drill just above that hole. Now, we're going to put in the clamp, and we're going to cut straight down on that hole. We're going to try to cut down the center of that hole. Because we want that blade to go in there, just like that. Okay, we would definitely want something to go here to hold that box knife in place. And I got this other little 1x piece of oak. This is from an old dresser, so I don't mind using it as scrap. And I can probably place that. Oh yeah, perfect. I can place that just like that, and that's gonna hold that box knife tight to there. And what I've got this hardware from an old bed that screws through like so. So what I'm gonna do is try and find a blade or a drill bit that's that size. We're gonna just try to figure this out, and then we'll drill the other holes. Let's pretend we know what we're doing. Yeah. Okay, that should hold that blade in place. Might wiggle at the top, but that's okay. All right, let's try just that one. Did I just break the blade? I just broke the blade. I think this is only going to be a problem on this big thick wire. Oh yeah, that's much easier. I don't think it's going to be as big of a problem on the thinner wire. Yeah, that worked. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to try and get a hole this size. Did not cut the wire at all. What's happening here? What's happening? Okay, take 10. Yeah, it's just breaking. It's too tight. It's too tight. One of these days, I'll just buy a machine to strip wire. All right, well, we're gonna have to figure out something different. I'm just trying out this lavalier right here. I just got it in the mail. It just came, actually. So I am going to try it out, and I'm gonna see what the quality is, but I probably am gonna have to upgrade it because I already don't like this wire. I just unpacked it, and I don't like the wire. I want wireless, and I don't know how to do that with an iPhone. If anybody knows how to do that with an iPhone, seriously, I don't wanna cobble it together, but if somebody has any ideas on how to use a wireless mic with an iPhone, or if there is a good quality directional mic that I can hook right into the iPhone, it's got the lightning port, let me know. Send me an Amazon link, email me, get in touch with me. I appreciate it. But I'm gonna get some lunch. I'm gonna rethink this design. I don't like it. It's a pain in the butt to try to get things just perfect in order to get that blade depth right. That's the big key, is getting the blade depth right. So I almost need to be able to adjust the height of the razor blade, the entire box knife, not just the blade itself, because it clicks into certain positions. So I almost need to adjust that. And you almost need like a screw that would bring it up or down. It's a little bit more complex than what I'm thinking about. And I am not an engineer. I do not know how to figure that out. Maybe I just break down and buy a wire stripper. I don't know. How much is a wire stripper? I'm gonna go on Amazon. I'm gonna see what a wire stripper is, and I just might break down and buy a wire stripper because this is a pain in the butt. Well, wire strippers are about 75 bucks. This is a manual wire stripper. It's not an electronic wire stripper. However, it does have the option that you can hook it up to a drill. Let's unbox this. Let's get it set up. Nice. Handle. Directions. Destructions. And that's it. Sweet. Not a lot to it. There's the blade on these things. Now directions did say to put the hole, leave this in the bottom. If you're doing small wire, leave this hole in the bottom position, right there. Leave it in the bottom position and use that so it kind of pulls it up. Helps keep it straight in the alignment. Let's grab a wire here. There's wire. There's our wire stripper. Here's our handle. Very easy. We'll do the crank feature for now. We can deal. Turns very easily. I like that. That handle is very smooth, very easy to turn. We'll find a more permanent location. All right, that's solid. That's not going anywhere. All right, take two. I have mounted it the other direction so that we can use the handle because, you know, that would be handy. If we were just using the drill part, that wouldn't be a big issue, but we're going to use the handle first, and then we'll try it out with the drill. So we had to move it. No biggie. Nobody said you had to do it right the first time. You get do-overs. See, that's one thing they don't teach kids in school. I don't want to get off on a rant here, but you don't give kids a do-over, and you really need them. All right, so I think what we're going to have to do is adjust this wheel so that the blade is at the proper height. You can see the blade in there. The wheel's to grip. That's what turns. So we're going to have to adjust that blade. That blade actually goes pretty far down. All right, let me figure that out. Oh yeah, that's doing it. Boom. Oh, wow. Okay. That's awesome. Bam. That was pretty sweet. That worked beautifully. Perfect. Okay, now what I'd like to do is try it out on this much thinner diameter wire. Whoa, guys, I think we're in business. It didn't cut the very end. Oh, that's awesome. All right, it was 75 bucks. Not a bad deal. I could totally justify that. I would justify it again. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to set up the wire stripper. We are going to, I laugh every time I say wire stripper. We're gonna set up the wire stripper. We're going to try and plow our way through. Oh my goodness, this wire, we're gonna get all of the thick stuff stripped. That way we don't have to constantly adjust the height of the blade, and then we'll go back and we'll strip all the little stuff. Then we get to melt it all. Okay, that literally took 5 minutes. Just that initial strip of the wires took 5 minutes. That's insane. Boom, all that wire. I read a couple of reviews where people couldn't figure it out. They couldn't get it to work. It wasn't working properly. I don't know. For me, it worked awesome. I was messing around with the kids and a waffle maker. Go out to TikTok. Find me on TikTok. There's a TikTok of me using crayons and a waffle maker. There it is. Let's see how much we got. All right, we're in ounces. 28.75 with the pan. Pan is 575, so 23 ounces. 23 ounces of copper. Sweet. 23 ounces of copper. That is absolutely fantastic. I've got more cords in there, but I don't know, they're the flat cords, so I don't know how well it's gonna work. I'm not gonna melt that today. I'm kind of out of time, so stay tuned for part 2, and we will melt that probably into a Goonies key or something with Petrobond because I've got more of it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all real soon. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.